It's August 25th. The year is 2017. I'm standing next to the body of my mother in a hospital bed at her senior residence. She died about a couple of hours ago. I've been waiting for the funeral director to come and collect her body, but they've been delayed. I've done everything I can think of to do. I've said my goodbyes. I've taken the photographs off of the wall of the members that I've put up there, and I've taken her cat back down to her apartment. So now I'm just waiting. Then I remember there's one more thing I need to do. Slowly, I take the watch off of her wrist and I put it in my pocket. My mother was really fanatic about time. It was super important to her. Being on time was the same thing as being early. That is to say, we're going out to dinner, let's go a half an hour early. So we're at the movies 2 hours early, so what? It's fine, we can just talk, we can visit. Time was of the essence for her. A few years, about 5 years before she died, she developed some dementia. So she started to call me 14, 16, sometimes 18 times, pretty much every day. Hi, Vicki. What time is it? Hi, honey. What time is it? Vicki, I feel like my brain is melting. What time? Vicki, I've been trying to get this stupid piece of plastic to work. I'm trying to turn on the television. I know there's a button here that'll turn it on, but it's not going on. Can you help me? Hi, Vicki. I just woke up and I couldn't think of anybody's number, but I know yours, 510-325-0993. So I called you because I looked at my watch and it says 6 o'clock, but when I look outside, I can't tell. Is it evening? Is it morning? Am I late for dinner? Am I early for breakfast? What time is it? About 5 weeks before she dies, I get a call from her senior residence. An aide has found her in the middle of the night on the floor next to her bed where she fell. They've rushed her to the emergency room. I rushed there too. She seems like she's okay, but the x-rays show that there's a twist in her colon. Your mother's gonna need surgery, the doctor says. I mean, otherwise, this condition is terminal. No surgery, my mother says. Absolutely not. Why aren't you talking to me? Why are you talking to her? I'm right here. I'm 94 years old. I mean, I've had a long life. I don't want to suffer more. And I know surgery is suffering because I've done it before. So no surgery. I feel really fortunate that I've had conversations about these possibilities even before my mother developed dementia. So I know what to do to support her. They bring her back in an ambulance, back to her senior residence, and then they carry her up to the 22nd floor, which is a designated hospital floor. I go to visit every day. Oh, Vicki, you're so beautiful. I love you. What's happening? Oh, Mama, well, you fell and they took you to the emergency room and then they told you that you needed to have surgery. No surgery. Right, that's what you said. So the thing is that this condition is terminal. So what's happening is you're dying. Oh. Okay, so it's over. It's over. Well, it had to happen sometime. I mean, I've lived a really long life. I've had a lot of great experiences. I made the right decision. It's okay. I'm okay. What matters is that you and we can spend this time now, right? I don't mind. Do you mind? We have this conversation again and again and again. Every time she wakes up, every day she wakes up, she says the same thing. And I have to kind of pump myself up to tell this person who I've loved my entire life, Mama, you're dying. This goes on day after day, week after week after week. I'm starting to feel kind of worn down. The nurse comes into the hospital room. She says, you know, your mother's really strong. She hasn't had anything to eat for weeks. I mean, she hasn't had anything to drink for days. People don't usually last this long, you know. She's strong. She's really something. Yeah, she is. She's really something. And I'm getting tired. I go to see a friend who's a coach and also a psychic. She says she's got this image of my mother pulling on a cord that's connected to her body, trying to lift out of her body so she can leave. A few days later, I'm sitting at her bedside. She's sleeping. So I go into a meditation. I have this kind of waking dream, and then I have that vision. I can see my mother is pulling on this rope. She's pulling, and she looks at me and she said, Vicki, this cord, I've got to get it out of the body. I can't do it. You've got to help me. I look and I see that there's this rope that's coming down, and at the bottom of the cord, I can see all these little threads, thousands, maybe millions of them. Each one is connecting to a different cell in her body. Every single cell has its own memory. Look, she's making lasagna for Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, she was trying to cut my brother's toenails. He was a little baby and he wasn't having any of it. Oh, I don't know what that is, but wow. Look, Mama, I say, I think if you look and you see that there's these threads here connecting, I think if you try pulling them out one at a time, instead of trying to pull the whole cord out at once, it'll be easier. She begins. I sit, I witness my mama letting go of her life. The next day, I am completely exhausted. I feel like this has been going on forever. I mean, I wake up at home and I'm just like, I'm done. I need a break. I mean, this is going on. The nurse was really right. Basically, she's super strong. She's going to live forever. I'm going to spend the rest of my life here in her or there in her room. And I'm going to just waiting for her to die. Oh, I tell my wife, Sherry, I need to go, honey. I need to do something different. I need a break. I'm going to do some errands. The phone rings. The nurse says, Vicki, her breathing has changed. It looks like she won't be here much longer. You better get here as fast as you can. I run down and I jump into my car. I only live 10 minutes away, and I drive onto the freeway where it's rush hour. Come on, let's go. Come on, we got to go. I don't have much time. Can I get around you? What can I? Many times I've said, you know what? Your mom is going to leave in her own timing. She's just going to, whether you're there or not, it's not up to you. Your work is just to let go. But still, I feel like I promised. Then I hear her voice as clearly as when I used to call her on the cell phone to say, hi, Mom, I'm going to be a little late for dinner. Her voice in my ear says, Vicki, don't worry. There's a lot of traffic there. Be careful. Don't get into an accident. Just take your time. And when you get here, I'll be here. I get to the residence. I am waiting for that very slow elevator until finally it comes and carries me up to the 22nd floor where the hospital room is. I run into the room and she's breathing like a marathon runner, faster, 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 faster. I begin to pray. I say, Mama, I'm going to miss you, but it's okay to go. Please, it's okay. You're doing great. This is such hard work, but you can do this. I know you can. I love you. Mama, I thank you. 15 minutes later, she's gone. So now I'm waiting for that funeral director to come collect her body. It's starting to get a little cold. She wouldn't like it that he's running late. I take out a watch, her watch. I feel like I've entered a time out of time. It's not too early, not too late. And then I feel, now, what? Thank you.